guys, we are clocking out to dive into the fear of outgrowing people that you love. So, this episode's going to be focusing on growth versus loyalty.
It's a hot take for sure. I feel like this is something that I've had like conversations with people about before. And it's always one of those conversations that is always so uncomfortable to bring up or is like, I don't know, kind of taboo, right?
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people love to bring up like the uncomfortability that they go through or the mind game also too that goes along with outgrowing people.
Yeah, because when you go to share a story about it before realizing the positive aspect of outgrowing someone, you have like this mindset when you share it that I'm the bad guy. Like, I kicked someone to the curb. It's me. I'm the problem. Like, why'd I let this fall out? Before you realize I let it fall out for me and for them. Like, we just weren't growing on the same path and we outgrew each other.
Yeah.
So I feel like until people recognize the positive and the benefit of it, they don't want to share it. So it's not talked about.
Yeah, 100%.
Is why I love us talking about it
I
today.
know. Honestly, I love being able to have these conversations because we are on, currently as we film this, we're on episode 4 being released of our podcast. And the feedback that we've gotten from you guys, I just want you to know, truly drives Marley and I. Every time you guys tag us in a story or you send us a DM, just letting us know how much the conversation that we're having is needed or how you resonated with it or how it motivated you. Like every time one of you girls post a self-care story and tag us, I literally do back handsprings. It's the most incredible thing. So just know that it really motivates us to continue having these conversations. And it kind of just validates that like we are doing exactly what we should be doing with this podcast. So know that every single one of your voices are listened to, heard, and so appreciated.
Yeah. And like you're impacting other people just by giving us the feedback because the feedback we get from you guys, at least for me, is the reason why I keep doing it. Like there's burnout times where at the end of the day, like this isn't bringing me income. What do I need to cut out of my life for the burnout to like dwindle down? Maybe it's the podcast. And then I'm like, I can't do it because of the feedback that we get. Like I just wouldn't feel right giving it up, knowing that it's helping the little people we hear from. And that's just the people that are willing to give us the feedback. So it's helping even more than that. So it's amazing. And we appreciate all of you.
Appreciated. With that being said, let's jump into it. So when you think of outgrowing someone, right? Like, what does that mean to you? Like to outgrow someone?
To outgrow someone, and I feel like we'll all, like, I'm excited to hear yours because it's going to be different. But to me, going into it, I wouldn't outgrow someone until there was a conflict. And I was like, okay, now it's my time. And I feel that since I've been able to reflect on those moments and really pinpoint what it is that caused the like conflict or whatever it may be, I'm now able to see it before it gets to a conflict and outgrow that person in a healthy and positive way. And it could just be from like honest distancing from them or whatever it may be, but I'll notice it if we are not on the same equal playing field of putting in the effort and the energy to check in on each other, make plans with each other. And then also, like, let's say we do make plans and we go out, but we're at dinner and what I'm catching them up on, they're not excited for me. And it just kind of feels very one-sided, just not the same energy. And that's when I'll notice, okay, like, we are starting to outgrow each other. We've already outgrown each other and we're just dragging this along and holding it together as best as we can. And we don't have to. So I'll grow apart from that person. But it definitely was hard to kind of navigate that and see the benefit of it to be able to do it on my own terms. So yeah, that's mine. What's your take?
No, honestly, like I feel like for me, anytime I've outgrown someone, like younger, pretty similar to you, right? It was always like, I don't know. I don't think you're ever naturally taught how to outgrow people or that outgrowing people is genuinely okay, right? Like I remember my mom once said something to me that was so at the moment prolific that I was like, wow. But I was at a season where I was outgrowing friends, and I told my mom, I'm like, I just don't understand like why it is that like my life can't continue with these people, right? Because I had gotten to a point where like we just weren't aligning anymore. And my mom looked at me and she was like, life has seasons, and every season of life has different people that are going to be there for you. And not everyone in your life is meant to see you to the finish line, right? There are people that are meant to support you and cheer you on along the way. There are people that are quite literally in your life to teach you lessons. And when she said that to me, I just kind of like took a step back and was like, whoa. And now being 31, I can look back at all of the people that I have outgrown or that have shifted out of my life and can pinpoint who were lessons to be learned, why that person was only in my life for a short period of time, or why that person and I drifted apart, you know? But I think it all boils down to growth, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you're shifting away from someone, whether it's a partner, a friendship, family, typically it's because like you're growing and evolving in a way that maybe they don't align with you anymore, or you're growing and you're putting energy into certain things and they just don't know how to support you or cheer you on through that. And I feel like there's a lot of guilt that comes with that. Like so much guilt that comes with the shift and the realize of being like, wait, like me and this person do not align anymore. Especially when like there are so many like great memories and times that like
it's like a breakup with a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
I will tell you this. I truthfully and wholeheartedly mean this when I say it. I think friendship breakups are way more hurtful than a romantic loss.
Yeah.
There is so much intimacy that's in a friendship that yes, you get that out of a partner, right? But the girlfriends that I have in my life have molded me in so many ways and have seen so many raw and intimate parts of me that like when you like shift or you grow apart, it's just, it feels so wrong, even though it is probably like one of the best things that could possibly happen to you, you know? But I've also been on the other side of like a friendship breakup, right? Where, or not a friendship breakup, but where I definitely have noticed that like, I feel like the older you get, it's not so dramatic, right?
Yeah, 100%. Because they're like, oh, she's busy with her life. Like
100%.
It's way, our things going on are more understandable for us to grow apart from someone at an older age than like in high school. Like 100%. We're all on the same playing field there. It's like, what's going on?
It's so different. Like I recently, you know, noticed like someone that was really close in my life, I've shifted away from. And for a while, it bothered me like in a way that I was like, like I've reached out, like, why haven't we linked up? Like, and every time I would reach out, the person was busy or they had plans. So it got to a point where I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to be the one to constantly like feed this friendship. Like it takes both of us, right? People meeting me at the same energy that I'm at is really important with anything. It's vital. So I kept reaching out. I kept making plans. Nothing ever came from it. So finally I was like, okay, let me take a step back. And then obviously the friendship simmered down and, you know, we no longer hang out. And for a moment there, I was like so sad and so disappointed. But then I honestly reflected on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, the season of life that I had that friend, she got me through a really tumultuous time in my life and a lot of different seasons that I was shifting through. So I kind of made peace with it where I was like, okay, wait, like this was a friend that wasn't supposed to make it to the finish line with me.
Yeah.
She was specifically in my life to get me through what I needed to get through. We had great times, great memories, no harm, no foul. Like I don't feel any ill will towards her, cheering her on from like, you know, the sidelines, but we just weren't meant to be friends anymore. But there's a lot of like guilt that comes with that. Cause like I was sitting there like, okay, if I would have continued texting her, would we still be friends?
Yeah.
But then what kind of friendship is that?
Yeah. It's just there because you're trying to keep it there, and it's like almost selfish in a way.
Yeah. But then it also doesn't feel good.
No, it's like fake.
Yeah.
It's like faked out energy.
100%.
Small talk with someone that you used to have deep conversations with. Yeah.
Like I can't go from telling you every intimate detail of my life and like being on the phone, like catching up, to them being like, so how's work?
What'd you do this weekend?
Respectfully, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like I cannot do that. Like there's just no way to have that shift and for it to feel normal or good. You know what I mean? In my opinion. But obviously we feel the same way.
No, I definitely do. And I feel like there's seasons, like your mom was saying. And to me, when you say that, it makes me think of, I had my friends in high school. I had my friends in college. Some of them stayed with me afterwards.
Yeah,
some of them I reconnected with. Then we realized there was a reason why we fell apart. We disconnect again. But I feel as though the guilt is like no longer with me, and I'm able to recognize it and just kind of move on from that.
Yeah. Yeah. But I also think that that's why it's so hard to outgrow people is partially because one, the awkwardness that comes with it, right? Like I feel like there's so much fear of like, what is this going to be like after? But then also the fear of like, well, this person was so important to me. So like, what's going on? Like, why are we not at that point anymore?
Yep.
And it's kind of like a weird game, like in my head that I've gone through. But another part of me also feels like the reason that it's so awkward or so weird is because it's not talked about, right? Like how often in your life did you like shift through friendships or did you go through things and someone was like, okay, this is how it's supposed, like, this is just life. Like, this is how no one.
It turns into like a gossip. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. Not like, it's fine. It happens. But I feel like when it comes to like how you mentioned, you like then took a step back, distanced yourself because you realized the energy just wasn't the same. If that person is meant to continue their relationship with you, they will jump back into it. Like, hey, what's going on? You disconnected. Let's make plans and then put that energy back in that you then pulled out. And that's when they're supposed to grow with you.
100%. Yeah. Because like I have friends that are 100% like that. Like me too. Like most of my friends are like that. Like we don't talk every day or anything. I barely see a lot of my friends, but it's that like mutual like checking in, right? Like my absolute best friend, I've known her my whole life. I think Caitlin and I probably talk like once every like 2 weeks just because like she's a busy life. Like I have a busy life, but like we see each other religiously once a month because like we have family dinners in my family and she's
that's nice.
Like my sister. So required once a month, we 100% see each other. But even if like something comes up or whatever it may be, whenever we talk, it's like no time has passed. We pick up like nothing has ever happened. There's not this weird like animosity of like I didn't answer a text or if I didn't, you know, it's just it's organic and it flows. But I also feel like that's because of years of like friendship and years of like ebbing and flowing, you know? Yeah. It's not easy to have that with everyone. You know, like not everyone is able to sit in that category of like flow with friends. At least I feel like.
I can agree. Like, at least for me personally, I don't know if it was, I did change schools, like going into high school from a private school, being with people for like 8 years to now new people. But when I see groups of friends or like pairs of friends and they've been friends their entire lives, I'm like, how is that? Like, how? Like, great for them, lucky for them, but like that's so rare now. But yet it's still untalked about that there's fallouts. Like, and if there is, it's, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened.
Well, it always has to be something so dramatic, right? Where like I genuinely don't feel like, I mean, realistically, like that person was in my life for like 8-9 years, right? We had a friendship fallout. And it was one of those things where like, anytime someone asked me about it or anytime someone would bring it up, one, I was quite literally grieving that friendship, which again, not talked about, not normalized. It's okay to grieve a friendship. It's okay to mourn the friendship that you lost because before things get weird, awkward, or tumultuous, there was a point in your life where that person was important, right?
Yeah.
There was a point in your life where that person was your best friend or that person was your significant other, whatever it may be. To wake up one morning and just like obviously when you get to the point that you're no longer friends, things happen.
Mm-hmm.
But when you end the friendship, you don't just wake up the next morning and like, you're fine, hunky dory, everything's okay. No, like it's sad. The person that you used to like reach out to all the time is no longer there.
I was just going to say, when things happen, you are used to turning to them.
To that person.
And then they're not there. It's almost like they died.
Exactly. Like quite literally, like that's what it feels like. So I remember so many people would like be like, oh my God, what happened? Like, what's going on? Like, can you tell me about it? And I would literally look at them and be like, respectfully, like, this is not a conversation I want to have. Wish her nothing but the best. Cause truthfully, that's how I felt and how I still feel. But I was like grieving it. So I'm not going to sit there and like gossip about it. That's weird. Like, I'm not going to sit there and be like, all right, so buckle in. Like, well, I don't know.
Nowadays, when you do that and you start to vent to someone, let's say you're just using it as like a vent, like, I'm so upset this happened. They're gonna take that person, like your side, and say that person was in the wrong. But like at the end of the day, there could be a situation where no one's in the wrong.
Right? Like there's no side to take. Like even if things end, let's say in a breakup, right? Like a like significant other. Even if things end like in a tumultuous, like whatever way, at the end of the day, like if that's how it crumbled and that's how it ended, you make your peace with it. And like, it is what it is. Like, how are you going to change that? Like, just because we didn't want to be friends anymore doesn't mean that like one person was right, one person was wrong. Granted, do I think there's situations where one person could be right, one person could be wrong?
Of course.
But I don't know. I'm also like against it turning into something that has to be like toxic at the end.
It shouldn't be, because then that's like a weight that you will carry and grief and guilt that you will not
100%.
be able to fully let go of.
100%.
Versus like coming to the terms of it was a healthy ending, or we ended great. I benefited from these moments and learned this.
Or also acknowledging like the growth that's going to come or like the peace that's going to come from letting that person go.
Yeah.
Because like honestly, sometimes you don't realize it in the moment, but you have to let go of some people in your life in order to grow and to find peace and to not have that like gossipy energy or that negativity like lingering. So sometimes like it might feel like it's not great at the time, but ends up being something that's like really important.
I truly believe that like misery does love company.
Oh my God.
And there's some people that will be stuck in that mindset for so long.
Yeah.
And until you come to a place where you love your life and you love who you are and you love the path that you're on, they're going to be around there dragging you down. And if you don't recognize your growth away from that, where that like energy and attitude bothers you, to then outgrow them, you'll be stuck in that horrible mindset that they just like want you to be with them on. Like they should be cheering you on.
100%. I feel like if you don't have cheerleaders in your corner, you're standing in the wrong circle. Like, but also too,
it's like battling in your
well, because think about it too. I also, because after I said that, I was like, hold on. Because sometimes the people that are cheering the loudest for you are also the people that are preying on your downfall. Because after I said that statement, I thought, wait, for a really long time, I did have a friend that was always cheering me on, right? But the moment that my light got really bright and I started to sit really secure in who I was and I owned who I was and I made no apologies for who I am, that clapping stopped.
Yeah.
And that clapping very quickly turned into animosity, into jealousy. And it was something that at that point, like, I couldn't even distinguish what was going on because the person in the room that clapped the loudest for me ended up praying for me to literally fall on my face.
Yeah.
So that's a hard one. I don't know how to touch that one.
You never truly know the person until you're with them in all scenarios.
Yeah.
Because like anyone could just put on that facade of, this is great and keep pushing. And then
that is so hard for me to understand.
It is, because I'm like, how do you have the energy?
Do it. Like I genuinely am the kind of person where like once something feels like it no longer fits or once something starts to feel like it just doesn't feel good anymore.
Yeah.
I cannot pretend or fake it.
My face says it all. You can't, like, I can't fake it.
Honestly, for me, it's so much deeper than that. I'm not joking. Like, I can't sleep. I can't.
It genuinely sits
I literally shut down in like pretty much every aspect because I'm so uncomfortable, right? Like, all I can think about is how it does not fit in a line. And then I'm just like, why am I doing this?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's funny, like a lot of friendships have the same qualities and aspects as a relationship, like with a significant
Oh my God,
other.
yeah.
So it's like when you think of how does this person have all this energy to fake their emotions and their support for me, it's also like, how does this person have all this energy to cheat on someone? Like,
that is something I will never understand.
Like, I don't understand.
Truthfully,
it's so much easier.
Fathom
the
idea, because like, one, I don't have the time
keeping
to do
up with
it.
the lies.
No way. Also, I feel like I would crumble. Like I wouldn't be able to eat. I wouldn't be able to get out of bed.
I'd
like
be on
the
edge.
idea of like, no, like literally crumble and fall. I think that takes a special type of person.
But it's also like, it's so much easier to say to that person, listen, I'm not happy. Maybe we should take a break, than it is to be like, listen, like your success is making me feel like shit right now. Like, instead of faking it. And like,
you know what it is though? I would so much have rathered a conversation like that.
Yeah.
Truthfully. Cause I'm the kind of person where like, I am so receptive. If you tell me, hey, Chrissy, we've been friends for a hot minute. You do this thing that I really don't like. If you could possibly change that or tweak it, it would make me feel so much better because it makes me feel a little insecure. Bet.
Yeah.
Got it. Like, okay. Like if it's something that I am capable of doing or I can change, great. Now, if you tell me, hey, Chrissy, your success is intimidating to me and you got to simmer down.
Yeah.
Can't help you there. Like, I'm not going to dull my light to make you feel better. But if it's something that genuinely can be changed, like, okay, cool. Let's talk about it. But I think that takes so much self-awareness.
That the people that will come to you and like be transparent with you are the people that want to grow with you.
100%.
And the people that don't are the people that 100%. You outgrow.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. But think about what a better place this world would be if we were more honest and had conversations
it would be
like
great.
that.
It would be great.
Because I genuinely feel like that's the only way to like evolve and grow. But it's like you said, the people that are willing to have those conversations are the ones that grow with you.
I think it's funny because like when you do go to someone with such an open and honest and transparent like conversation or topic, they're like, thank you so much for being honest.
That's literally,
that should not be a reaction. Like,
well,
that's how rare it is for people to be that honest.
I was going to say, anytime that I've had to have really, that was a tongue twister. Whoa. Anytime I've had to have that conversation, I have gotten that feedback where it's like, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me and have this conversation human to human or whatever it may be. But it's so true. It really shouldn't be like that. Like, we should be so comfortable having raw, authentic, meaningful conversations with each other. Because at the end of it, if like you genuinely have someone in your life, it's because like you love and you adore them and you want them in your life. So if you love and adore your friend,
for better or worse,
right? Wouldn't you feel comfortable enough to have those conversations? But on the flip side, I've tried having conversations like that, right? Where I was like, hey, listen, this is how I'm feeling. This is how you're making me feel. I understand that my feelings are my feelings alone. And when you moved that way, your intention wasn't to make me feel this way, but just want to let you know that is how I'm feeling. Attacked.
Yeah, defensive immediately.
Holy shit. And it doesn't have to be like that, like at all. But again, self-awareness, right? Taking ego out of the conversation, understanding that if your friend is coming to you because you have made them feel some type of way or they feel some type of way, having the emotional intelligence to be like, okay, noted. That's not what I intended. That's not what I wanted. But like, how do I move past this? You know? But I don't know. There's some times where I feel like,
yeah, there's just not enough honesty. And there should be.
I was just want to say, there's just not enough people that are honest enough like that.
Yeah.
I was going to say something and I stopped myself.
Talk about it offline, maybe.
I'm done.
Share it another moment.
But anyway.
I guess like to kind of close it all up and wrap it up is to like leave this now with a piece of advice for everyone to be able to sit back and reflect on the people that are in their lives, especially like you may not be doubting it yet, but if you reflect on it, not frequently, but like maybe monthly, bi-monthly, you sit down and you like ask yourself these questions, you can grow in a healthy environment and outgrow the people that you're supposed to outgrow in a healthy way. So Chrissy and I have some reflection questions that we wanted to share. I'll start off and you'll take the next one.
Yeah, I bet.
Can we grow together or are we holding each other back? And I feel like this question, just asking yourself, if you ask this question to yourself and you have a scenario that pops into your head right away, like really sit there and marinate in it, because it popped in your head for a reason when you ask yourself that question. And that's definitely something and someone that you want to like specifically reflect on your past, your current, and what you see in the future with them.
Yeah. Another one is, am I staying out of comfort or am I staying out of fear? This is one that I have had to ask myself in the past. And if you're staying out of comfort or out of fear, I see you. I understand that feeling so deeply, but staying in a friendship or in a relationship purely out of comfort or fear is not going to get you anywhere. It starts to have you question yourself. It starts to have you dull your light. It makes you feel like you have to walk on eggshells, and being anything less than who you are and what you should be is a disservice to yourself. So that's a question, if you are going through something like this right now, that I want you to seriously reflect on and think about, because I think the fear of you not showing up for yourself should be scarier than the fear of leaving a friend. Truthfully.
Yeah. Do I feel safe to be my full self around them, which kind of goes hand in hand in that, like, am I staying out of comfort and fear? Yeah. Is it affecting me to not be who I am around them? And there was a point in like a relationship with a significant other towards the end when I knew like I'm gonna just come to terms with the fact that I'm gonna be unhappy staying with this person, and like that's just what it is, because it was more so let me just stay for the comfortability of it. And until there was a wake up of fuck this, I'm not
I can't
doing
do this forever. Yeah.
And cutting that off, I actually was getting feedback from my friends and my family of, you're such a different person now that you're not with them. And it was, I wasn't my full self with them because I was depleted and I was like fitting within their box and stepping on glass, like being careful and getting hurt at the same time. And it was, if I would have asked my question, like these questions back then. Oh,
you would have had a totally different outcome. Yeah. But that comes with growth.
Yeah.
You know, but reflecting on questions like this when you are going through something like that, I think is huge. And also like when you're done reflecting on those questions, understanding that it's actually a really brave thing to step away from a friendship or relationship that is making you question yourself, that is making you feel like you have to walk on eggshells. It is such a brave and beautiful thing to take a step back and be like, I honor myself.
Yeah.
I choose myself. I choose my growth. I choose to put myself first. And I feel like that's how we need to look at it when we are going through these kinds of things in life, is to just think of like, how brave and respectful are you being to yourself? I think that to me is the best thing. Even in like the hardest of situations, you know, because coming to these realizations is hard. It's not easy. And also knowing that life has seasons and not everyone's meant to grow with you. And I think that that's a beautiful testament to just the human experience and life in general. when you weed things out of your life, you're allowing room for bigger and beautiful things. So as one leaves, someone else that's really meant to be there is what you're making space for.
I agree with that. I think that with seasons, it's like the same as a new chapter, new beginnings. And with that, like you don't expect the same characters to be in every book, in every chapter, in every episode. Like people phase out, and that's just the way that life is.
Wait, I love that metaphor. Because if you think about it, that's such a beautiful way to look at it. Like every time you shift and you change and you grow, you're just adding a new chapter to your book. And that should be really exciting. Like, yes, it's scary. It's kind of like, ooh, what's going to come? But I think the most beautiful things in life come when you look at the change like that.
Yeah, in a positive way.
That was such a good metaphor, Marley. Thanks. I loved it.
I'll write it down.
And then just because we love hearing from you guys and I don't know, kind of getting like your feedback, we want to do a little like...
We want to hear from you guys listen to us and we share like intimate moments with you guys through the screen and through the video. But we also want to like build that connection from you guys too, kind of like what we're talking about this whole episode is the energy given and taken.
Yeah.
So we have a call to action for you guys.
Yeah.
And we just want to hear from you, not just with feedback, but with like your own personal growth and experiences.
Yeah. Even if it's a DM, like those DMs, they stay between us.
Yes.
So, okay. But basically what we want you to do is we want you to think of a relationship in your life. If during this episode, there is a specific relationship that came to mind, think about that relationship. And is it still aligned with who you're becoming? And if they're not, what is that kind of telling you? Like, how is that sitting with you? Do they fill your cup? Are they matching your energy? Are they cheering really loud for you, but then making you question yourself? Where do they fit? What are they doing?
And like you sharing it with us could be as simple as a DM. I grew. And like, we'll know exactly what it is. Like, we'll be like, amazing, great for you. And if there's a moment where you like listen to any episode from us and then you reflect on it and you're struggling with making a decision or seeing how it's actually like aligning with your life, we're always there for you guys. Like, we're not just through the screen.
Yeah.
So
we'll FaceTime.
Well,
but with that being said, guys, thank you so much again. From the bottom of our hearts, we genuinely love each and every one of you. And we hope you love this episode.
See you next week. Love ya.